Welcome back, everybody. FSB Racing Friday night. Winston
You're in the
Cup
wrong
action.
channel, bro.
How'd I get moved to the wrong channel? Where was I?
Were you starting already?
What channel was I in?
There we are. This is professional broadcasting at its best.
I must have had to type a slash somewhere along the line.
All jokes aside, Shawn Reap is a badass, man. Don't you forget it.
Oh, I know where I was. I was probably in the team channel because
you were
when I had
Pony Express.
I know what happened when I had to edit the scene switcher because we have more than 30 cars tonight, so I want to make sure all 30 cars showed up in the standings ticker. The dash key on my keyboard is my shortcut to my team channel. So we'll try that again. Welcome back to FSB Racing Friday night Winston Cup action. I'm your host, Shawn Reap. My partner, Milt Minter Jr., who went and saved me like the good shepherd he is.
Well, I have admin privileges in TeamSpeak, but that's it. I don't do anything.
I'm just glad I didn't screw up somebody's qualifying lap. Popping into Racing Channel 1, running my mouth off. But yeah, we're here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the historic, world famous, just so much history here at this place, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And even though the Winston Cup cars didn't run here in 1988, we're here tonight. And we got, as noted, a large field here. And yeah, that is the qualifying order with Brian Lovell on the pole. Look at that. Good job, Brian. Yeah, looking good there, Brian.
Dude, what have we seen all this season from Brian Lovell? Wow, he's right up there in the top 5, in the top 10.
Yeah, and he got the win. Got the win at Talladega.
Yep. Definitely, all of a sudden, who that guy?
Absolutely. Matt Watkins, man, we talk about how he likes to start in the back a lot, but not tonight, not this track. This place is hard to pass at track positions, everything. Tuesday night fuel mileage was everything too. And he is on the outside pole, so that's not terribly surprising. It is out of character for Mr. Watkins on a Friday night.
FSB Indy 500 winner.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
And then everything else in between. Well, that's just one of them. How many has he won? He's won several,
There's like that much gas. As much gas as could fit into that little chapstick cap. That's what he beat me by. Don't remind me.
That's Indy, man. But you know what? Yeah, I mean, you don't give a darn. I mean, you're definitely like, you'll never forget that.
Absolutely.
Sim racer is just like anybody else.
The second place finishes are sometimes more memorable than the wins because of just how close he came. The third places and stuff.
In your hand or what?
That was a cap from a chapstick.
Well, same thing. That's
about how much gas he had in that tank. If he had that just a couple drops less, he wouldn't have had the power off of 4 because I was catching him and he was out of gas after 500 miles. But that is ancient history. Tonight, we've also got Jason Dulfer, Matt Ace, Mark DeSenza, Jim Christopherson, Dave Jandry, and Matt Stewart up there, Greg Palmer, Slim Jim Gately. A lot of guys qualified up front that you don't always get up there. Some fast names are mid-pack here. You got Jim Gately starting 10th, Rick Johnson 12th, Chris Beckman 14th. The qualifying didn't go so well for some of the usual real fast qualifiers.
That's Indy, man. I mean, even back in the day when I was winning a lot, in the early days of FSB, Indy was one that just, mystified me. And then also, qualifying is so important because it's so hard to pass here, except for pit strategy. With a big field like this, you're going to get cautions, so you're going to see strategy tonight, and that makes a huge difference for guys, if they can't pass on the track, they might be able to pass in the pits.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I noted, Tuesday night in the chicken run, it came down to a fuel mileage race, and that was won by Matt Ace, who you'll see starting 4th on the grid tonight.
Joker Ace has just been, he's just another guy that this year, all of a sudden, he's there all the time.
Absolutely. And check out the 99 there, Pops Margison. This is his home track, the Indiana native. And the 99 Scotch Blue Ford.
Back home again in Indiana.
Milt neighbors, everybody. Milt neighbors. Gomer Pyle. There you got your pole setter there. The 043, Brian Lovell. He's got to be loving that #1 pit stall tonight after we talked about how important pit strategy is here. You have to use that access road coming out. You don't have to use it coming in. It's kind of a kamikaze entry off 4. That can stack cars up and get them into a funnel. Tom Jackson, the 87 machine out there. Marine and Mr. Softy on there. You see these guys practicing that pit entry. Very important. This track is stingy with the caution flags, which is good because caution laps are torturous around this 2.5 mile track. But, yeah, you don't want to get caught out losing ground on the green flag stops. Very important to practice that. See 2 more cars coming in. Michael Moore, Pops Margison. We are taking the grid here, which means...
Well, you've seen a lot of things there. What I saw was a lot of dudes practicing pit stops. And like we saw in the Indy 500 this year, and looking at that pit lane and that entry in the pit lane, when it does go green flag stops, that's where the men and the boys are going to be separated.
Who was it that got... They busted a wheel off on the pit stop in the 500 this year. I forget who that was.
Oh, that was Ray Hall.
Yeah,
that was
it happened.
Jim Ray's pick, by the way. Hey, there's Danny Falcon.
Hey, Danny.
There.
Yeah.
But Jim Ray was in a betting pool with me and my parents and my daughter. And,
oops.
And he had Ray Hall, and they were poised to win that race. And doink. That's racing.
It was still amazing. Still an amazing race to watch this year. I was glad to be able to watch it again now that they've got the drivers' heads protected with the halo system. I stopped watching after Dan Weldon died because I was just like, they got to protect the drivers' heads. I'm not watching until the driver's head is protected.
Formula One, Jules
Bianchi. Yeah.
Bianchi.
Then he had Justin Wilson. You know? Justin Wilson had the IndyCar thing, or Sage Karam's car hit him.
Racing and watching my dad race, even as a kid, I was smart enough to know this stuff is dangerous. You know?
Yeah, that open cockpit was just asking for a disaster. But yeah, it was fantastic to watch the Indy 500 again this year, to see Helio Castroneves just absolutely put an exclamation point on his legendary status there. 4 guys have won 4 Indy 500s, and he's one of them. So he's an absolute legend, and just a joy to watch. So it was cool to see his celebration. But tonight, Milty, we got to put our broadcaster jinx on someone, unfortunately. We got a whole backstretch to do it here. Who are you going with?
Okay, let's take a look here. Hadn't even thought about that. And
well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put the jinx on Matt Watkins right now, because it's silly to bet against him most of the time.
You know what? I'm going to go with Chris Beckman.
Chris Beckman, that's a solid choice too. He coasted across the line second on Tuesday.
Well, Indy, like everywhere else, it's not 3x3 like the Indy 500. This is like the stock car version, so gotta get in line. When you're on that outside line, you're not going to get that grip after a few laps. So
FSB pace car is off. Brian Love on the 043 leads us to green at Indianapolis. Turn one's always treacherous here. Side by side. So many rows deep. Cold tires.
Watkins gets the
usually a
jump
problem.
and takes the lead into turn one. Matt Watkins.
Oh, we got Jim Christopherson hard into the outside wall right away. The Highwayman in the number 40. Serious right side damage right off the bat. That's gonna make for a long night.
Pace car, it's not moving. And already a huge thing about Indy is you want to be careful, but you don't want to. The draft is so hard to pick up. You got to have track.
We got cars around in turn 3.
Oh, that won't
Steve
happen
Weber,
here 'cause
Michael
caution's
Moore.
gonna come out, looks like. Caution is out. FSB pace car going down the access road.
And you could hear the cars clutching already to save what fuel they can.
Danny loves Helio, and Danny's going to start one of our cars tomorrow. We're doing the 24 hours of Le Mans. So after this, I got to put the beers down and get ready. My alarm is set for 4:30 in the morning tomorrow.
It looks like the 740 and Michael Moore got in there just a little too high, a little too hot, went around right in front of Steve Weber. Webb smacked the wall, but should probably be okay. He didn't make hard contact there. He just kind of had to woe it up to avoid the spinning 740 beer can.
Beer.
So, like I said, that first lap's treacherous here on the cold tires. The cars stacked up and side by side.
We got Chris Beckman in the house. What's up, Chris?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, Chris.
I picked you tonight, so.
What happened on that
shouldn't
first
even have
incident
told
there?
you,
Was that Michael who spun or?
Yeah, 740 went around. Steve Weber was right behind him and had to check up, got the wall. I'm not sure what happened to Jim Christopherson right on the start. He just pounded the wall, looked like all by himself off turn 1. So 40's going to have some serious aerodynamic drag tonight.
I saw that. I wasn't sure what happened there. If he maybe had a little bit of a internet glitch or something, or what the deal was.
It didn't look like he had help, but that's certainly not going to help. Got some new paint there on the 92. Looks like a Georgia Bulldogs paint scheme for Kevin Mays.
40 car down pit road.
And I see a lot of these guys topping off. Again, the cars involved, the incident, the 83, the 740. They're going to get their damage buffed out there, get some new tires. Some guy, Jim Christopherson too. He's on pit road to fix that right side damage.
The right side is not, horrible, but it's definitely damaged.
It makes for a long night here. If you get right side damage at this place, Dan Irvine checking in. We haven't seen him in a while. Good to see you there in the YouTube chat. But yeah, right side damage. I mean, long runs will kill you with right side damage. It's maybe not so bad if you can get a lot of short runs. But in the long run, it makes the car that much tighter, makes you use that much wheel, you use up more tire. And then eventually, you lose touch with that draft.
Yeah, and a hell of a driver himself there in watching tonight. Coming back, young man, question mark.
Now, Chris, we know how Tuesday went with that fuel mileage, so you're going to keep watching that window as the laps tick down like a hawk, I'm sure.
It's going to get really interesting, Shawn. Like you said, as the race kind of winds down here, as the laps tick away, I think we're all going to be kind of thinking backwards, almost like a road course here, to just try and, maximize the time you can be on the track and be out front.
That is exactly it. Backwards like a road course. I tried to do that too, but I lost touch with the draft on the restart. And so I had the gas. I rolled across third as everybody around me ran out of gas. But yeah, you rolled it home second. Matt Ace there sitting in third was your winner. It's looking to back that up tonight.
Well, look at him and Lovell. They showed up this season to do some business, you know. The 63 car Dolphin right there, he's in his element here, and Cole Racing deserves a good finish here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
Just
have
no for.
not had good luck on Friday nights.
He's got the speed. He doesn't have the results to show for it. We were surprised by qualifying there. A lot of fast names that put up laps were mid-pack. Did you spin on qualifying by any chance?
I had a little bit of trouble on my second lap. I think a few guys had some trouble on the second lap. You know, wouldn't surprise me if Slim and my teammate Rick were on that list of guys who maybe didn't get the second lap they were hoping for.
Yeah, it seems like whenever we qualify at Indy and truck physics, I lay down all these fast laps in practice, and we go to qualify, and I spin off turn 4.
Greg Palmer fans in the house tonight. Francisco Malone, we want Greg.
Oh, it's good that somebody does.
That's in capitals. That means he's yelling right there. So we better show some 22 car. He's in P7.
Well, let's find
right
him.
now.
Yeah, he's there. He is right there in front of Slim Jim. Got Matt Stewart in the In-N-Out car. But yeah, the Notre Dame Chevrolet for Mr. Greg Palmer, your Super Speedway winner this week, Tuesday night at GSS Speedway.
Slim Jim Gately, you know, my co-worker, he's in tile they call it your helper, you know, but we're co-workers, but so we share a lot of stuff. He's in the N2K3 and stuff, George, and but we also talk about the racing, and he watches these broadcasts, and you know, of course, he's a big fan of Slim Jim, but his guy is Matt Watkins, definitely. I was like, cool, man, you've been watching, you know. But look at this stud field here, you know. 30 car, how many cars? 30?
32, I think. Let's see what the ticker comes around to. 27 actually took the grid. We had 30 in the server.
27, that's a lot of cars.
And you got the 3 here, Mark DeSenza. A little call to Mark. He's a past winner here. He runs well at this track. I think as long as he can keep that right side in shape, stay out of pit road trouble, he should be a factor tonight, coming off the truck win last night at Gateway.
Lights are out. These long pit under caution. The thing about Indy, what is one of the things, you know, it's like a big track, like, you know, it's like the size of Daytona, except it's not a super speedway, it's a speedway. And,
yeah, just to stock cars, it's much more like Pocono.
But those long yellow flag laps, you got to get yourself back in the mode to attack. The key here is the start is the key to running this track. And once you lose that draft, you're not getting it back. There's not the pull you would think there would be here.
Yeah, it's a very narrow window because of how much you have to slow in the corners. You don't have
Which is the difference,
run.
like with Daytona, where you just build that draft up.
Hey, where Daytona, you can gap them on the straightaway and then close back in on the corner. It's the opposite here.
You gotta be on it here. These restarts, you're always gonna bring it, you know.
The lights are off on the FSB Firebird pace car. Matt Watkins in the Pac-Man Toyota, your leader. And Brian Lovell, your pole setter, sitting P2 in the 043. Matt Ace in this still unpainted number 19 car. I'm gonna bug him about that every time I see him until he uploads a car. Sitting P3, that's your Tuesday night chicken run winner, and we are back to green.
Get a huge checkup the farther you go back, too.
The accordion effect.
Absolutely. And I was watching that from the FSB helicopter, which amazingly, I jumped in that and got up in the air real quick there, like from the booth.
You got a zip line.
And the farther you go back, the more gaps you have. But when when you're back farther, you're gonna, you kind of realize that, and but you
Brian
gotta try to
Lovell.
work. Whoa, there's almost
Lovell wants
contact
to
with
lead
Brad
and
Otto
decides to
there
think
on
better of it.
970 of Michael Moore, or 740, excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna jump out of the helicopter.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
740 goes around, and there's big contact with Brian Lamb, man. And the pace car is out. And Pops Markson gets caught up in that melee.
Indiana's Pops Margison caught up there. Michael Moore around again. Brian Lamb.
Indiana home. Crud. Gosbot.
Well, I had to say that cautions were stingy, didn't I? Well, they're not so stingy when they're in the middle of the corner, but ones that spin to the inside tend to not bring the caution out. But unfortunately, that's two real quick cautions, and I think that's probably going to be the end for the 740. Just trying to find what happened here on camera 2. You see, there's the 740 of Michael Moore making a move on Brad Otto in the 31 as they went into turn 3.
Yeah,
If he
it was a
had rear
good
end,
pass, and he got in line there. But Indy was cold tired. He got the outside. He got two outside on his entry, and as soon as he did that, the car was around.
you see, that was a hard lick. He went up on two
You
wheels.
gotta be a bottom feeder at Indy, you know. You can't do an outside in like you do like at some of the shorter tracks. Yep, definitely. Just
Yeah.
that,
It just won't pull down.
When you learn sim racing and you're following somebody, man, that's the hard part there. I think he just missed his apex because there were so many cars around him, and that's racing, folks. Whoa, they're junking and diving on pit road. Half the field going in. Mark DeCenza almost hit the wall coming. No, I'm staying out.
Yeah, about half the cars, maybe
Well. Lap
2/3 of the
7,
cars coming in.
This place is a cheese grinder on tires. But track position is everything. So with a big field like this is where you get strategy.
I think this is a good enough strategy because enough cars came in that you're not going to be hurt by coming in for the top off.
I like that for the 043. How about that guy?
I mean, with only really two real green flag laps here on these tires, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys took 2 and they got away with it. It looks like Jeff Habik may be one of those that did it as he comes out there right behind his teammate, Brian Lovell.
Brian Lamb, we haven't seen him on Friday nights in a while. California boy like me, gosh darn, bad luck for the 09 there, but he's good. They beat that thing out, and he's back on the track there. One of my favorite guys, man. Back in the day, we were pretty tight, you know. Arm and Hammer. Pops Markson in the same boat coming out. That Scotch Blue Ford beat bang.
I'll tell you one I definitely agree with staying out is the 40.
Oh, Carol, I'm sorry.
One I agree with staying out here is the 40 of the Highwayman Jim Christopherson. He came in on that first one to fix the damage and get some tires and fuel, but so he's got a little more fuel than those guys that came in before they came in, and he gets some of that track position back. This could work out to his advantage if his car is all right, because he's currently being shown in the 14th position. We'll see what that is when he crosses the line again. Tom Jackson coming in again, 92, Kevin Mays.
So real quick, in fact, I'm going to say this a couple times, and I'm going to type it. Tomorrow I'm going to be broadcasting on Twitch. If you have Twitch, you want to see me put my foot in my mouth and see if I can drive or not. All you ever see is me broadcast. So
Milty can drive.
we're going to be running the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Donkey Bob Racing, 5 cars, 20 drivers on our team. One team. Pretty sure we got the biggest team in the majors, 24 Hours of Le Mans. And it's going to be epic, and I'm scared to death, actually. I am scared to death.
Is that the modern Le Mans with the 2 backstretch chicanes, or the old
absolutely.
one? I really like the old one.
We'll be driving, 4 teams will be driving the LMP2 car, which was Danny Falcon got in here earlier in between practicing like a madman. Jordan McGregor, FSB driver, is also, I think he's in the 002. And then our 001 car is led by Steve Jones and Daniel Noventa from Dubai, and Zachary Robinson, young engineer kid. I mean, that team they'll be driving the Porsche 919 hybrid. Man, dude, I'm telling you. So I'll be broadcasting like, my in-car and when I can and stuff around. I do have to sleep. I have and eat and do life in between.
Absolutely.
So it may be, so I'm going to type that in here too. Like me or follow me or whatever.
Yeah, follow Milty there on Twitch.
I'll find the exact link. So, but I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, pop in and say hi to Milty.
PG like this is. It's going to be in our team channel with me talking while I'm driving, and might give you a clue about some of these guys in their team channel, which is why we have team channels. But so I'll give you a little warning there. I get pretty intense. So.
Well, the lights are off again on the FSB pace car.
Oh, anyway, I appreciate that.
And Matt Watkins has led all 9 laps so far. Our top 8 have not pitted at all so far. So that's Matt Watkins, Matt Ace, Mark DeSenza, Dave Jandry, Matt Stewart, 3 Matts, Slim Jim Gately, Ken Hansen, and Johnny Doucette there in 8th place, the last car that has not pitted at all tonight. Everybody else behind them has been in at least once. Steve Weber, Jim Christopherson, those guys pitted the first caution, they stayed out this one, and then from 11th on back are those guys that came in for the top off and new tires on this caution. Shaking things up a little bit, but there you go. Most of the field has been in on this last one, so it's only that top 8 that's all it's on their own cycle right now.
So I think that's my Twitch channel there that I posted in there. That's the link. All you gotta do is say Milt Minter Jr. in Twitch if you have Twitch. But this is about these guys, but at the same time, I'm really excited about that. So I'd appreciate it if I might give it a view,
Hey, check out Kim Wright checking in there, as well as Doris Gately cheering for Slim Jim.
Absolutely.
Good to see Kim switching to the day job. Hey, maybe we can get her back on track out there with Jeff and the gang.
I don't know how you work at night. I do tiles, so sometimes we have to go places at night, and it ruins my beer drinking, especially. When I'm drinking beer at 6 in the morning, it just doesn't seem right.
Pace car off.
Once again,
Matt Watkins.
what did we talk about early is the start. Oh, the 25 gets into 41 just a little bit. Excuse me. Trying to check up for the start here. They're starting to, these guys are pros, so they don't. It's not like I know something they don't know, And they've seen these other 2 restarts. You got to go. You got to get to going here, as they say in the South.
Well, looks like no harm, no foul there for the 25 and 41. Ooh, Dave Jandry slideways off turn 2 there.
Yeah, it was very slight, just a little checkup.
I see you guys fanning out on that backstretch, trying to get a little draft advantage or deny the draft advantage to the guys behind them. I'm not a particular fan of that move. I feel it just makes the straightaway longer for you. And I'm certainly not a fan of it here, only 11 laps in. Want to get some rhythm going here. Looks like I saw somewhere back in field there. I could have sworn I saw the tide ride of Jeff Hale. Yeah, there he is with his teammate. Another Indiana native, our series admin Ryan Johnson, we haven't talked about tonight. He is trying to push his teammate there by the 25 of Keith Cordier, and it looks like the two of them will complete the pass.
Battle back for 13th and 14th, Jeff Havoc and Greg Palmer, and they're trying to stay on that lead pack there, which Jason Dulfer definitely lost track position over this deal, but he should have better tires.
Yeah, Jeff Havoc, I'm reasonably certain, took 2 tires on that stop to get up there with his teammate, and he's already got Jason Dulfer by him, and Greg Palmer nipping on his heels.
But Lovell, he wants to get to going here too. He doesn't, the 40 car has some damage, so he's going to try to make the pass, but he can't do it. The 40 kind of goes down low and blocks a little bit. Apparently, you know, maybe his damage wasn't as bad. That car still seems pretty good, but I know Brian Lovell's over, you know, all over him like a sheet over 2 people.
Yeah, and that right side damage, it's one of those things where, that's what I was talking about, where you want short runs when you got right side damage here, because you can manhandle the car and make up for a little bit of that lost, you know, turning stability from the damage, but you're going to use up your tires faster, you're going to heat them up faster, and you'll start falling back. And it looks like Brian Lovell might complete the pass this time. It's tough without a little drafting help, and Jason Dulfer did not choose to go with him. And I think Jim just kind of let him in there.
Here in 8th. He's moved up 5 fingers. He's got some new paint there, and it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's got that paint job there. His nephew is a YouTuber, Grand Theft Auto YouTuber, Spears the Amazing. He has
HD,
yeah, Spears the Amazing HD. He has stepped up to sponsor our Sunday Night Piston Cup series, where we run those cool 1969 cars, the Chargers and Roadrunners and Chevelles and Torinos.
Like get trophies, and dudes like trophies. I sure do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so we thank Johnny, we thank Spears.
Again, but
Meanwhile, Slim Jim, he looks like he wants to be on the move here. He's got Ken Hansen with him, and they're looking for a way around Matt Stewart, who's looking for a way around Dave Jandry, who's looking for a way around Matt Ace. A lot of guys just looking to get that run, get the nose under, and get a little drafting help down the straightaway.
Like green flag here, but you're in that lead pack. You're feeling like, okay, I got a chance. Here comes the 90 car. Matt Stewart trying to get by a 51, not going to happen. You go out, you pull out, because I've been here, done that. That thing is like dropping an anchor, man.
Man, Dave Jandry is hanging it out there. If he didn't hit the wall, he scraped a decal off of it.
Jandry all over the back of Matt Ace, which Matt needs some paint here. Come on, son, man. As good as you're running on TV on Friday nights, you need some specialized paint. What do you want to advertise?
He had some cars done. I saw them. They're really, really cool looking mellow yellow cars. But I don't know why he hasn't uploaded yet.
DeCinza, last week, man, Racy ran great in the race. He probably wanted to forget, But here he is back here. We know how good he. Look, I raced against him on this very track, and the exact track. Not the. This is the stock Indy from the original game, and I mean, we're talking about almost 20 years, and this guy was always good there, and of course he's so much better, like we all are from years, but taking a look at Matt Watkins, these are 2 guys that are above the cut here at this point, but mistakes can put you back. And then thing is, they got the air on the nose right here.
We got the air on
Since
the
it's
nose.
going to be, using more car. We saw a really remarkable more wreck. Following here is very difficult, so very hard to see your points from the cockpit view. And I know Mark DeCenza runs the cockpit view, so.
Now, at lap 18 of 64 here, your fuel window is about 22 to 24. So I think with the caution flags thrown in, I think we're going to see pit stops in about 8 laps here, 6 to 8 laps.
The Gately contingent here today, Wayne and
oh, connection issues for the 19. Matt Ace. Matt Ace, oh, he's blinking all over the place. I think we're going to lose him. Oh, he reappeared right in front of Dave Jandry. That is scary stuff there for everybody involved.
We'll be dealing with that tomorrow, and he's still blinking. And he gone. Let's take a look here.
Is he officially gone now? Yes, Matt Ace received throughput fell to unacceptable level. Oh, that's brutal. He had a fast car tonight. He was looking to back up that Tuesday run. I just heard some screeching. Do we have caution on the speedway?
Well,
no, we're good.
Think about it. Like tomorrow, we'll be racing. Just my teammates alone are from Dubai, Australia, England, Wales, and that's the same thing with FSB here. These guys are from all over the place, and
yeah, mostly U.S. and Canada, but exclusively U.S. and Canada tonight. We've had some guys from Brazil and Australia.
Back in and burning rubber out of the pits. He's going to be at least a lap or 2 down with that internet snafu, and he spins it.
Oh no!
And he's coming onto the track.
I see the smoke, but I don't see a yellow flag.
That looks like somebody that's not happy, and I feel him. I mean, you watch my broadcast tomorrow. If something goes wrong, I'm probably not going to be very happy.
Somehow we stay green, though.
Well, he did a stroker race there, Burt Reynolds, and he's still blinking. Anyway, we'll have to see how that goes. Oh man, I've been there, done that. Anybody that's sim raced that, it's amazing that it even works. And you're my age or even older, and you see this and watching it, that these are people sitting in houses all over the United States and Canada, all linked up to a server and all racing inches apart.
Well, here's his attempted pit exit.
There.
Oh, you see, he got a little low, a little fast, and looped it Danny Sullivan style, and there's why the caution didn't come out, because he ended up below the blend line, and so the yellow flag didn't fly. Yeah, if you'd come to a stop on the racing surface, it might have thrown the flag.
Dad would do, Level up to 9th here. Oh, and there's a little jig in the zagging. That 40 car he may have had a little damage, but I don't know, that thing is stout. And now he's trying to get some help from Greg Palmer in the 22, and they get it done. Oh,
043. 043 scrapes the right side. Not what he wanted to see.
No, but that was definitely that's what's so hard about Indy is when you do get past, and you got to run that outside line, and you've got momentum going. It's hard to keep that because the grip level is not there. That was a scrape and go. If he's lucky enough to be like the 40 car was, car should be fine. But he was battling, and then 2 cars pulled out, and now he's got a rear view of the 52 car Husqvarna. You see
90.
when he pulls out though and tries to make the move, you almost have to force it in there but it's a bottom feeder track.
Brian Lamb checking in the chat there. Are you still on the track or no? Looks like Brian Lamb has retired. It says we sound good. Hey, I think it means you. So I think I sound like a congested teenager.
Oh, thank you, Brian. Been in FSB a long time. We go way back, and definitely bad luck again for him tonight. That's racing, though. When you show up, just like Brian does, he shows up and he's going to run. He runs, he prepares, and it's just being a part of it.
Dave Jandry sitting pretty in third place, but he has scared me about 16 times tonight. He has hung that number 51 Jolt Cola Chrysler out sideways off of 2 and 4 pretty much every time I looked at him. So far, the right side looks okay, though.
The 41 of Chris Beckman gets by for 14th. Brian Lovell. Is that car damaged? The sim is fickle sometimes. Sometimes you get away with it, and sometimes it recognizes your damage.
Now, here at Indy, you kiss that wall, you get damage at these speeds.
Yeah, the 40 car.
So I guarantee it.
Definitely, I think.
And here we go. You got your leaders hitting pit road.
043 down pit road.
043 down, 15, 22. No, not the 22. Who is that? That's 58, rather. Johnny Doucette. Here, let's ride with Matt Watkins for his pit stop there on the right side of your screen. The lead will pass to the 3-car of Mark DeRocket DeCenza.
Man of pit stops. You see him scorch it. He's not afraid. He pushes it all the time, and he especially pushes it at the end.
I mean, these guys that make up the top 4 now, those are guys who have also not been to pit road yet. I expect to see them probably this time. And here they come. Here they come. Like, oh, the highwayman Jim Christopherson nearly hits the end of pit wall. An amazing save to miss it.
Almost a GP, we used to call it back in the day. We had a driver, Gary Parker's GP, that did that in the Indy car, I believe, and impaled himself on that pit road standard right there. And the pictures were epic.
Yeah. Now,
good thing it wasn't real, or he'd be dead. Yeah.
Now look at the gap Matt Watkins got on all the cars that pitted with him, and now this other group came in all together. How is this going to play out? Is he going to gain or lose ground on this?
You should go back and watch. It'd be worth the time to go back and watch how he enters that pit road, because that dude is not afraid. I mean, his one goal is to win races. That's it.
And here he comes.
He does that, he wins championships.
Here he comes, and he's passing them on the access road out, so question asked, question answered. Matt Watkins puts on a clink, and Dave Jandry around on the access road. Oh, that's just heartbreaking for the 51 car.
Well, we haven't even talked about pit entry. Well, we talked about pit entry, but pit exit, you still got to take that access road. And you want to push so hard, and it's in your mind, and if I don't get the draft, that's the thing about Indy that's so, I don't know, except maybe way back in the early days of FSB, I might have won here, I don't know. But once the better drivers started coming in, man, this is a hard race to win.
All right, you want
execute perfectly.
You wanted to watch the entry and exit from Matt Watkins. Here we go.
Yes, I do, sir.
Coming off turn 3 there, through the short chute. He's already signaled at this point.
There's only 2 guys I've seen that could do it like this, and that's him and Damian Godstilla. He drives that thing in like he stole it. Just perfect execution, speed. Get down and not get penalized. Under pressure. this class right there. It's one thing to be out there on the track and be able to keep up, but then when it's, you know, this sport is a multifaceted sport. You know, you have to enter pit road right.
Nailed
You
that
know,
pit
I
box.
definitely have practiced for Le Mans on pit road entry, and I have experience there because that's a pretty gnarly pit road. And you speed there, you get penalized.
Now here's where it's really made up though. Watch this access road. This is basically like a road course inside the oval.
It's the whole package of what Matt Watkins
See, he hits the apex on the access road even.
does. He's
Swing it
driving
out.
the wheels off this thing. He goes out a little bit to get a little bit of apex. You can do that without getting penalized. Get 4 tires out there and they'll give it to you. Right over the grass there.
Yep, 2 tires you can get away with.
Right there, actually. That's pushing.
That's pushing the absolute limit. You can get
As
away
they
with.
say in Formula One, that's pushing.
Yeah, you can get away with 2 tires. You can't get the 4 tires completely over it before you clear it. And he knows that. He's run this track hundreds of times. And yeah, Matt Watkins, that's why he's a cut above. He pitted almost practically by himself and beat all these guys.
The thing was, though, he did not have any. He was so fast, he was all by himself. I'm all by myself.
I was worried that was going to actually cost him, but there he is in the lead.
But you see the 3 again, kind of overdo that corner right there. Following is hard. You see Slim is way more disciplined. And the 58 of Johnny Doucette. Is he on the same lap here?
Meanwhile,
yes,
Jason Dolfer.
Yes, the 58 right there.
Yeah, he pitted with him.
Fingers is in the lead group here, and they are by themselves.
Jason Dolfer, meanwhile, one of that pack of topped-off cars, he had inherited the lead, and here he is coming back out all by himself there. It looks like he'll pick up the 59 over Ryan Johnson.
Okay, I just got the word for tomorrow morning for our car. We're going to be in split 8, and we're the 9th seed. So that's not bad. Out of 60 cars, our average lap times are pretty good. So.
Well, those green flag pit stops completed. Everything cycled through your top 4. Matt Watkins, Mark DeCenza, Slim Jim Gately, and Johnny Doucette having a great run in the 58 car. I'm going to take a break and get myself something to drink, and I'll be right back, handing it over to Milty now.
Well, let's take a look. First of all, let's look at lap times here. There's a 4.2 second interval between Brake Palmer and 5th. And then, so we got that second group, which goes from 4 seconds to 8 seconds. So you gotta, these guys can catch this lead group. You got 4 against about 8. We'll take the back car of 5 Figures Johnny Doucette, which great pit work for that team, great paint, and show him what he can do. In P4 with these studs, last lap 52.4, so we'll go back to the second group, which is kind of jockeying for position. You don't want to do that. Boy, okay, that's a lap car. So they're actually just trying to negotiate. These guys need to focus in and keep the draft with each other to catch that group. Lead car would be Ken Hansen, which found this run last week. Dude, he got skills. 52.3, and then we look at the tail end of 52.4, so that's a 1/10 of a second here. Got to use those numbers. Passing on the draft is one thing unless you got help, but you'll see that later. These guys are being stingy right now. Because you can't draft one-on-one and pass, but you can 2-on-1 or 4-on-1 or 8-on-1. These pros are definitely looking at doing that. Let's look at the gap again. Still about 4.5 seconds here, so that lead group is definitely driving it. Like we said about big speedways, this isn't a super speedway. This is a speedway, so they're gonna slow down in the corners, and that definitely affects the draft there. I like what Greg Palmer's doing there. Really pushing the 90 car. And they're all working together. They've got to get that down, and they have. Down to 3.8 seconds. These pros know what's going on. They may be on different teams and different channels. As far as radio channels, but obviously, as usual, I didn't pay attention to the fuel window or when they pitted. So that's my bad.
All right, folks, I'm back, and looks like we got everybody pretty much where I left them.
Let's get some in-car or somebody here.
Yeah, let's ride with, let's go with Slim Jim, the professor here. Just getting it set up here on the second camera. There we go, on board with the 23 Slim Jim Chevrolet of Jim Gately. Jim Ray wants to know about the 52. Well, yeah, Dent's out there. He's running with his teammate right now. Oops, I hit the wrong mouse there.
You're Slim Jim lifting and then getting on the gas here. What you're looking at for 3, 2, 1. Use those markers, or maybe that light as your lift point. A little stab on the brakes. Go through the short shoot in 3 and 4 there. You don't need to use the brakes. Your momentum is already slowed down, and you're just gonna lift off the gas. Talking brakes, you're not talking very much. And you're also
just a kiss. Just a kiss on the brakes, if anything.
Just a kiss and a wave.
I see on the inset there is the 52 of Rick Johnson to answer Jim Ray's question. Good to see you checking in, Jim, our FSB founder. And looks like he's going to try and help Greg Palmer in the 22 get around the 90 of Matt Stewart. They think better of it and tuck back in line. You see how smooth Slim is there. He's tucked in. He likes where he is. We're just past halfway here. He's just taking care of that car, taking care of those tires, working it backwards until he's in the window, and then he'll make some moves. Apologies if you hear anything smacking the microphone. That would be the Casey Cat. I have a visitor.
Oh, look at that.
He's so helpful. You can't really see him with the black on black
What
here.
about me, Daddy?
Are you ready
You're
for?
not paying
Oh,
attention
yeah,
to me, I'm
slow.
a cat,
Yeah.
and your whole goal in life is to take care of me, you know.
Yes, just scratch your head on my pop filter. Thank you so much. And Rick Johnson still looking to make
just
some
looking
moves.
at the math right here, you can definitely probably get, one more stop. I don't know if that's going to do it or not. It's going to be close.
It's a one more. Yeah, it's gonna be close. Let me check the lap that these guys came in on.
Well, I was telling everybody when you were gone that, of course, I didn't pay attention to that. So, Rick Johnson starting to get on the move here. He's
By the way,
on
these
his
two
high
packs,
horse.
have merged, so we have one long pack.
Like we
No
talked
longer a
about,
4-car
heading against
breakaway.
more, that draft eventually is going to catch up. Great discipline by that second pack to, not get flustered and not try to pass each other just selfishly for position. They work together, and these guys are pros. They're not messing around. They know how it works.
All right, so I got Slim Jim Gately. Slim Jim Gately's 23 machine was on, along with the 51, the 90, and the 3. Those guys in that group, the 9-car Ken Hansen, they all came in on lap 25 into 26. And so it was, let's see, lap prior maybe for the 15. Yes, so the 15 was in on lap 24 into 25, because remember, you crossed the start-finish line in pit road. Oh, there you go, Greg Palmer looking under the 58. He's got the help from Rick Johnson.
To see some action here. The 52 helps Greg Palmer and himself by 5 figures Johnny to set. Just like I was talking about, you need 2 against 1 is not fair play, but that's what you need. And the long straightaways, again, the 22 looks good, but what happened there was that he kind of veered out and was hoping he could get somebody to go, and instead he lost that apex, and now him and the 52 are side by side.
And it's starting to splinter these 2 packs.
52 gets back behind him why? Because he's a grizzled veteran, and he knows that we already lost 4 car lengths right there. We need to get back in line. And you got to think about that all the time in Indy here.
Yeah, there's no reason to risk the right side of the car, use up the tires, risk losing the draft, losing track position before you make the final pit stop. And I did the math, and absolutely everybody on the track can make it on one more stop.
Okay. Typical Indy cautions at the beginning, and then if I was going to be Larry McReynolds, the Treans, they come up here at the end of the race, and then the caution will come out. But
you see them catching the 59 of Ryan Johnson. He was running well, and he usually does run well at this track, his home track, just like Potts Ferguson.
Jordan, what's up?
Yeah, good to see you checking in, Jordan. Jordan McGregor, former Friday night champion. The 59 car must have had an issue on pit road. I'm thinking maybe a black flag. I'm backing it up on camera too here to take a look.
Jordan also running with Donkey Bop tomorrow. I think in the 02 car. It's hard to keep up with this stuff, but also wrenching on real cars when he can. He's got 2 modifieds sitting in the garage. He asked the wife, "Hey, you think I can go back racing?" And she said, "Oh, yeah, okay." So he bought 2 race cars. So that's, his time. He's definitely not done with FSB. He's just his time is very busy, and he chose to race with us. It's a privilege. If you've seen him run here in this league, he's a badass. Well, I think this is a good time for me to step away a little bit. Sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
Well, all right then, Milty. And I've just gone back and watched Ryan Johnson's pit stop on lap 29 of 64 here. It looked like he was like, oh, I hear some skidding. Not sure what happened there. No caution. I don't know what Ryan Johnson's penalty was, but he clearly had one because he was back in 2 laps later. So tough break for the 59, but you see him hanging on to the lead lap still. We got cars on pit road. Wait, no, never mind. Yeah, here they come. All right. Final stop here for these guys. And Ryan Johnson will pit with this group, trying to stay there on the tail end of the lead lap. Trying to find who this is going to pass the lead to here. Ken Hansen coming out after his service. Johnny Doucette with him. Matt Watkins already completed his service. We'll see him on the right side. Looks like clean stops all around for that group. They gotta narrow out that 3 wide there on the access road. That's not gonna work. You see Jim Christopherson wisely falls in behind. Looks like Matt Stewart will tuck in behind Jeff Hale in the 29. Haven't talked a lot about Jeff Hale. The tide ride. Oh, the 52 of Rick Johnson appeared to smack the wall there. That's not going to do the 52 car any good.
Pit stops here.
Yeah, last round of pit stops. That should be it for these guys. So the lead should cycle to... Come on, come back around one more time.
So
I
they
keep
can
forgetting to
go
look at it.
17 laps. Oh, look at coming out of pit road.
No, they can go more than that, Milty.
Too wide.
They can go more like 22, but they were just splitting it.
Absolutely. Oh, Slim Jim almost wrecks it coming out. Stabs the brakes. What a wonderful save there.
I think you're behind.
And I'm behind. But still, you should show that again. Oh my gosh.
Jason Dolfer again cycled to the lead coming out.
You don't get away with that without having some extreme car control. That was beautiful. He had 5 guys behind him. He could have wiped them all out because he was pushing. These guys are pushing right up against the wall. Slim Jim's driving it like he stole it, dude. I'm telling you.
You can smell that win.
And he's in P7 right now.
Yeah, things are cycling through here. Rick Castle currently shown as your leader.
Alma, we need to go on that 15 car. He already pitted or what?
They already pitted. Wow, you're right. He was sideways through the access road. Hung on to it though.
Him and Damien got still. I'm sure Jim Ray could definitely
And here comes the 124.
back me up on that. Jim's got a lot going on here, though. I mean, even the storm is pretty intense. But, this guy, Greg Palmer, the fan base is in the house, and, dude, man, he is executing. Rick Johnson, doing what Rick Johnson do. This about time we get to see. Been a little while since the fans have seen the real Rick Johnson.
Well, you missed it, Milty, while you were away. He smacked the wall right after his pit stop. I don't know how that's going to affect him. If it was a real hard shot or not.
Heiser. It's this. Oh, and the 25 goes around and Keith Cordier and hard into the wall. And that's going to change
Do we have
everything.
caution? We have a caution. Caution on the speedway.
14 to go. Coming up on 14 to go.
And yes, this absolutely changes everything.
Caught the apron. Just a little bit, like we see in the Brickyard. We watch on TV. We watch. Caught a little bit there. Once that thing starts going around, that 3,500 pound stock car, you ain't stopping it. And
It looks
tough
like he
luck
was.
for the 25 there.
Looks like he was going around on the entry. Here we look at the helicopter view. You can see that car is rotated before it caught the apron, and that just finished the job. Backed it in pretty hard. That car is going to be real loose from here on out. He might want to put some stability control on that. It's going to be a real handful, especially on the first couple laps after we go back to green.
Definitely. So what do you do now? You stay out.
Actually, Keith Cordier has retired the number 25 Lowe's machine. So, yeah. Milty, put your crew chief hat on. What are you doing?
If I'm in the back, I'm pitting and getting tires. That's enough laps. I don't care. I mean, every lap is got nothing to lose. You're towards the front. Track position is everything. Can't pit. Yeah.
Matt Watkins, Greg Palmer, Rick Johnson stays
what
out.
The heck do I know? Half the field pits, including the leader.
Mark DeSenza, Slim Jim Gately, Jeff
Well,
Hale, Matt
obviously,
Stewart,
we're
Ken
talking
Hansen,
about
Johnny
fuel,
Doucette,
also talking about tires. Yeah.
Jason Bilford, Dave Jandry, Chris Beckman. Yeah,
Wow,
most of the fast guys pitted. I think, honestly,
Well,
I think
when
that's what I
that
would have done.
happens, You're like happy. But a huge amount of cars did not pit, and that's not going to make you happy.
And now your lucky dog is your series admin and Indiana native Ryan Johnson. That's the break he was looking for. He will get the free pass next time by. He'll pit with the lapped cars, get himself an end of longest line, and give himself a lap back. Let's see if we can take a look around this number 52 Husqvarna Illumina. See if we can see any damage on it, because I was pretty sure. I don't see a crease there. Because if you look... Here, I'll get the cursor up on purpose here. Right there, right in this spot here is usually where you can see when someone smacked the wall. And as well as here. That shape looks good. I think he's okay. I guess he just got a little out of shape, maybe just scuffed the wall when I saw him out of the corner of my eye earlier.
Yeah, exactly. The sim, sometimes it looks the same when you hit a wall. Let's talk to Chris Beckman. He's in the team channel with the 52.
Opposite strategy of your teammate, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting pretty interesting here. I don't know how this is all going to work out. I was lucky to just kind of hang on the lead lap. I was trying to stay up with the leader's strategy, but boy, pretty big risk, I think, by Rick here. We'll see what happens.
Well,
Yeah,
sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit, though, man.
I'm sorry.
Just saying, sometimes the risk pays off, especially if you can catch a quick caution cycle here. I mean, the damaged 40 car of Jim Christopherson, as well as the damaged 83, they're staying out too. You got to get through those guys. The 124 of Rick Castle was on pit road when that caution came out. He also stays out. So there's a lot of cars to get through and not a lot of time to do it. Not an easy track to do it on.
I think track position is going to help him a lot. I think, like you said, Shawn, those other cars being out there,
I was worried about.
Could really help him. We'll see.
Yeah, and cautions, because cautions breed cautions, and then you got all these strategies mixed up and in different places than they're used to running. Should be exciting, but I'm hoping for green because I want to see what you guys can do with those fresh tires versus these probably 8-lap tires or so these guys got on.
Yeah, 10-4. That sounds about right.
52, I could have sworn out of the corner of my eye after the last pit cycle I saw him smack the wall, but I'm looking around that number 52 car and he looks to be okay. Any report on damage for your teammate there?
Yeah.
No, he didn't report any damage whatsoever. I think he's more concerned about how many people he's got behind him on the same tires that he has.
I tell you what, I don't care if those tires have got 1 laps or 100 laps on it, or Rick Johnson with a clean car at front on an aero track. That's hard to beat, so this should be fun to watch.
I was his teammate, and when he joined Team FSB back in the day, he don't say much. When he speaks, it's like, Milt, get 4 tires now. Okay.
Yeah, that's the quietest, calmest drummer I've ever met in my life. Drummers usually the wild men.
I'm talking, he's like, Milt, please be quiet. I need to focus. You should focus too.
Well, I'd say no matter what, everybody has made their bed. Final strategies are all cashed in here. We're just waiting for those lights to turn off on the FSB pace car and re-rack this for hopefully just one more time to go here. Chris, thanks for checking in, man. Good luck. I know you got an uphill battle ahead, and you're going to concentrate on that, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again soon.
Yeah, 10-4, guys. Hopefully it's a good finish for you. Good show.
All right, thanks again, Chris. Man, yeah, Casey Cat's just asleep here in front of me. Like he doesn't no idea what's going on. But it should be a good one, Casey. You should look at the monitor, not the desk.
Well, he's a cat, dude. Man, come on.
He's a cat, you know.
Matt Watkins, wow. I mean, how's this going to play out?
Yeah, Matt Watkins is going to take this. Where is he going to take this restart? He is listed 8th. Ooh.
He's going to want to go.
Let's get a camera on that man. Because, patient
Best I could say is he's betting on another caution, and then those leaders are going to have to pit. To get some spots, and then hope he gets another caution, and then they'll have to pit.
Well, I disagree on the have to pit part. I think that the bet is made for everybody, at least in the top 15 right now. I think they got to stick with the strategy, because if they get a quick caution,
let's see if they can pass. That's what's going to scare. Well, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah, catching's one thing, passing's another thing altogether.
You're absolutely right. Yep.
And to quote more Larry Mack, cautions breed cautions.
In the trends for the last 10 laps of the FSB, I have no idea. I know one thing, they're gonna go.
Yeah, it saving time is over. You're gonna
Rick
run
Castle,
with your.
where'd he come from?
Well, he was on pit road at the time of that caution. He had just inherited the lead through the cycling, and that put him in the catbird seat because he got to hold his position. And he's got the fresh tires, so he passed all those guys who pitted effectively and has fresh tires. Tom Jackson, the 87 car, dropping low on the start here. Getting out of the way. Good sportsmanship move there. Pace car's in. Rick Johnson leading him back to green with the highwayman Jim Christopherson behind him. Steve Weber, the big cactus. Haven't talked about him a lot tonight. Looking good in the 83. 11 to go, actually. You got to count the last lap too. But yeah, coming, it'll be time to go next time. Oh, the 15 and the 29 make contact, and now he's got to deal with the 3 car. Matt Watkins does. He's hanging on to it though. Ooh, that cost him a lot of ground. Those 2 are going to be hard to pass back.
Rick Johnson, it's been a while since he won on Friday night with the 40 car of the highwayman, Chris Christopherson, doesn't want any part of that. You know, the Indy 500 I won here at FSB, I swore I wasn't going to wreck Matt Watkins with 2 to go. Told my teammates, and guess what I did? I wrecked him, and I won the Indy 500. I was glad he won it the next year, but this is FSB Indy here, and is he going to put a bumper on him? We'll see.
Well, Jeff Hale is suddenly come alive in that number 29 Tide ride, and he is on a mission. He made short work of the 15 car, and he is looking to run down Rick Castle next.
Castle's in that lead 4-car draft, but that bigger pack behind. Thing is, there's only so much time to go, so they're going to work together and be smart and get back in.
Rick Castle, again, he's in a good position, though. He's got 2 damaged cars ahead of him, and he's got the freshest tires of this top 4. I think if he puts a nose under the 83, he might get the draft help he needs from... No, well, he doesn't get the help there from 29. I'm not sure if 29 understands the situation here. But I think the 124 is Jeff Hale's best friend on the track right now.
Are they teammates? No, they're not. So.
No, they're not, but he could definitely make use of that 124 and his fresh tires to help him get up front.
If you're communicating on the radio, you're working with teammates.
And he's looking, taking him
right
3 wide almost.
They're all shucking and jiving.
And the 124 gets turned, and the 22 gets turned in response. A little check up there. And then this is going to be a shootout here at the finish. Caution on the track. Here at lap 58 of 64, we're going to get one more shot at this.
When you're Rick Johnson, you're going, yeah. I know how to restart. I'm in the lead. Look, dude, it's been a while. Not in this league, but on Friday nights for 52. He's been winning on other nights, but so many Cup championships. Man, I don't know. I have to go to the website too.
Well, I think it's like 8 now, or 10 maybe. Anyway, here's the wreck that brought out this caution. You see the 124 puts the nose down. Jeff Hale just takes him the rest of the way down to the apron.
Trying to go through
124
wide
moves
there a
up,
little bit.
and I mean, I don't think that had to happen. I think he had the room, or he could have just helped the 124 go forward and then gone to work on him. But bottom line, he went in there too low underneath the car that was given room and pushed up, and great run is spoiled there, unfortunately, for the 124. And now Jeff Hale's got to continue that charge with an incident on his tab there.
Well, that's what Indy does to you. It makes you want to go for the gap. And I've not been there.
I just don't think that was the move to make. He had time. He had a car with fresh tires in front. And now he's taken away some of the time he needed to move towards the front by bringing out a caution.
But I think at Indy, what you want to do, if you're going to make a pass, you have to set it up out of turn 2 or turn 4. If you don't feel that momentum starting to gain, then you get side by side going into turn 1 or turn 3. Then you can force a guy out of the groove. But you have to set the passes up here for a quarter before, or I'm sure that's what he was thinking. Jeff's a veteran, very clean driver, and one of the cleanest I've ever seen, and that's definitely not what he wanted, but it didn't work out for him. So.
Well, we'll keep him up on the right side and watch his late charge here. I think we're going to get the lights off in the pace car either this time or the next buy, which will set us up with about a 2 or 3 lap shootout is what I'm predicting here for the finish.
No team affiliations behind. They all want to go.
Well, the 29 and the 3.
Last week about go. What are you doing? That's what I want to see here again. I want to see these guys gang up on the 52 and all go down low together and try to beat him. Moore gets one, but you got to get up on it here on the restart. And this is the last one you got to go.
Yeah, next flag ends it, no matter what.
It's easy if you have teammates and you're all talking to each other. These guys have raced against each other a lot. And,
sorry, babe.
They want to win on Friday night. They got to bail on the 52 and leave him for dust. But at Indy, the leader controls the start.
Now think about the 40 and the 83 right now. They've got to be happy with.
Veteran. He is going to get on it here. I expect the 52 to go and defend. You got to defend at the end.
Give a call here again.
You don't block. Yeah. You keep the low line. Make them pass you on the outside. Down the straightaways, veer down to the bottom. You don't veer down, but defend down low. You got to defend.
Again, now let's not ignore the 40 and the 83. They started the race with, in wrecks or smacking the wall, and here they are sitting 2 and 3. A chance to win this if they can get a move going here, but certainly looking at a strong finish after a bleak start to the night. So great bounce back for those guys.
Rick Johnson is a cool customer, but these things happen every so often, and it's been a while on Friday night. What's going through his mind right now? I know me, of course I'm ADD, I'm everything you could possibly imagine. And so, my teammates are going to be telling me, calm down, Milt. Milt, focus, calm down. You got this. With Rick Johnson, it's dead silence in that team channel, and I'm sure Chris is in here right now. He's just talking about particulars and what you think, and he's going to be all business. He doesn't want to hear nothing right now.
Yeah, I think he's pretty focused on what he's going to do here. It'll be interesting to see who the aggressors are going to be on this restart. I got in my mind who I think it's going to be, but we'll see.
Well, they got to do it together at the same time.
Yeah, well, if Jeff Hale wants to finish this race, he's got to be careful with that aggression, because I believe he's got to count one there.
Those 2 guys behind him are going to be pretty eager.
Yeah, Matt Watkins is.
Watkins has got to be extremely disappointed, dominating this race and finding himself in P6. He's going to want to go. Lights are out on the pace car. Slim Jim Gately, solid run. All these guys are studs, but they all have to. You have to gang up on the leader, or it's not going to happen. And you got to do it quick, because he can defend. And he gets a push. The thing about Indy is the reason why the draft and single file doesn't work, because the leader gets a push too. It's just the way that the aero and physics work here is for a stock car is different than a lot of other, tracks that are not super speedways.
So restart here on lap 62 of 64. We're going to have 3 laps to finish this one, 3 laps to decide it. Next flag ends it. Let's hope it's checkered and not a yellow.
Well, sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you.
Yep, some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. All right, now Rick Johnson's, he's not going to be looking out that windshield much. He's going to be looking in the rear view most of the way around this 2.5 mile, basically flat super speedway. FSB pace car, ducks off down pit road.
Gotta get up on him, you gotta be aggressive instantly, but you don't have to do it in turn 1. You got 3 laps.
He's just got to hit his marks, keep that car wide, and hope that Jeff Hale and company have to work on the cars behind them. We're back to green.
When you have a chance to be in this position and win a race, that's what you live for. That's why you do it.
Jeff Hale gaps 83 through turn 1, looking to get a run down the backstretch.
Gotta gang up on him.
Meanwhile, look at the 15.
He's not gonna swerve until he sees the gap. He knows. Now they're battling. Weber's trying to get by the.
This is what Jeff Hale wants. He wants these guys battling on their old tires and their right side damage.
That's gonna. Rick Johnson is sitting on a sack of seeds, going, yeah. Now we got 2 wide.
And Matt Watkins takes advantage. He goes to the inside. He's got his teammate Steve Weber. Helps push him past the 40. Now can Matt get the draft? Matt does not.
3 wide going into turn 1. 3 wide. There's contact.
Watkins around. Christopherson around.
15 up into the catch fence. Upside down is Matt Watkins. He's still upside down. And he has vacated. Good thing it's not real. We'd have to be wondering if that's going to give Rick Johnson the win. That's exactly
not
what he
yet.
wanted,
It's not
exactly
over.
what he saw.
Not over yet as you see him coming off turn 3 into turn 4. Mark DeSenza has moved up to second, and he's trying to find something to do with him. He's still got half a straightaway to do it, and he's got the tires, he's got the power. Does he get him at the line? To the caution flag. 52, 3, 83. Mark DeSenza was coming. Mark DeSenza was coming, but I believe Rick Johnson held him off.
Mark got into the. Yeah, wow, I was watching the wreckage. Did not see that Mark just powered through that.
Well, here's the replay of the wreck that got us to this point. If you want to pull up the Skype window there, Milty.
Yes, sir.
Looks like they were
missed that because I was watching the cars go around.
Here we got coming up 3 car. They were about 3 wide going into turn 1, and 3 and 15 make contact.
And the 3 just kept going like he wasn't going.
Slim Jim.
Well, I saw all that crashing.
Slim Jim got a piece of that. Then the late hit there on the 40.
There for who was that?
Kevin Mays caught Jim Christopherson there after he'd already wrecked.
Oh.
I think Jim Christopherson spun independent of this and then just got piled in. Let's take a look here.
Well, you see all the carnage going on here. You're pooping peach seeds right here.
Oh, I think I see what happened. It looks like the initial contact was actually the 15 and the 40. Let's look at this a little closer from on board the 15 of Matt Watkins.
Rick Johnson just going, yeah. Y'all have a good time here. 3 stuck it in there, definitely. What's Indy, you know? Oh, I'm upside down. Mama, Yeah, look, you can see upside down. You can see Kevin Mays spinning around while he was sitting in his cockpit upside down. Great stuff. Rick Johnson, your winner.
The Co-Goat. 52, Rick Johnson.
You know what? They put on a show. You know, I mean,
They sure did.
It's Friday night. You're not just gonna go 2 by 2 like a sheep and let's get it done. The fans are watching. We gotta go. You know.
And if you're wondering how close that was, that's how close it was.
Why are you not doing it? You know, if you're not going for it, look how close that was.
And again, you're 83.
Been, I was watching the car spinning, and I would have been screaming, "Oh my gosh!"
Then you're 83. Steve Weber rounds out your top 3.
And I'm sure Rick Johnson was like, "Where the heck did he come from?" Because I thought the same thing. Once I saw cars crashing, I'm like, "This is over, man. Johnson's got this." I had no idea the 3 powered through there like a sledgehammer, and think about
rare show of emotion there for the 52. He's going to do a burnout on this one because he earned it.
Think about the Cinzas. He's been through, heart problems, a lot of physical stuff, and in the last season and a half, he's gotten back, and now we're seeing the fire of it. That's why he drives the 3 car, because he's going to stick it in there,
And look at that, he made that move around the outside of Steve Weber here, all by himself, to run down Rick Johnson.
I think Rick Johnson might have been like, I think this is over. I think Rick, there's no way he gets a huge
stayed in
run
it.
there. Rick
Yes,
Johnson,
there is.
He got a huge run on the 52 there.
He got the huge run because he had the draft and the fresher tires. And Steve Weber ducked down.
Look at that. Get up!
I was doing my best.
They were going to bang at the line there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rick don't say much, but he's a tough guy. He was gonna give it to him.
Yeah,
if he had to.
I mean that's a rare burnout there for the 52. He's usually all business and just goes and parks it.
Absolutely, it's been a while for him on Friday night. And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know who Rick Johnson was, if you've been watching recently, that's Rick Johnson right there.
So, Milty, if you could go gather up our podium finishers for us here. Again, that's Steve Weber, Mark DeSenza, and Rick Johnson, your race winner. And we'll get the post-race show rolling here.
Yeah, great finish. I was doing my best to spot for Rick, but it's hard to see from that far back.
Yeah. And, man,
mostly
check out those
encouragement.
Check out those updated points. Slim Jim Gately, 1 point ahead of Ken Hansen, 2 points ahead of Rick Johnson, 6 points ahead of Ryan Johnson, and 6 points ahead of Steve Weber, 10 on the Highwayman. This is a tight points battle here at exactly the midpoint. Thanks everybody in YouTube chat checking out Doris Gately. Yep, so sorry for Slim, but man, he gave it his all. He was just in the wrong place, wrong time there at the last minute there. Tom Jackson, I know you're out there driving. Looks like you did a good job. Good job keeping out of the way there at the end. Thanks for checking in. And as you always do here, we always appreciate the support there from Tom and all of our viewers out there. Thanks for interacting there in the chat. We like to know that you're watching, who you're pulling for, all that good stuff. And we got our winner already here. Milty's still BSing with the rest of your podium there. Man, Rick, you had to feel like the sitting duck there. Okay, we're getting the rest in. There we go. We'll get back to Rick Johnson, but again, congratulations. And nice burnout too, buddy.
Thanks.
We'll get back to Rick. Start with Steve Weber. Man, your night started with some damage, getting caught up in a wreck right on the first lap.
Actually,
how
no
did-
damage.
No damage in that? I
No
thought you hit
damage,
hard
no
enough.
damage,
Wow. Well, it started off with at least getting you out of sequence, losing you a lot of track position. Dude, where'd you come from?
The back? All the way to the back.
He came from the rear with the gear, man. You know.
He sure did. The rear in gear.
Yeah, that first spin right there. I mean, we just hit, and then we ended up nose to nose, and we just kind of tipped right there. And I thought, oh, I hope I didn't get no damage. Nope, I didn't get none. So I just went in and got 4 freshies and started in the back.
Well, you know, that's typical Steve Weber. That's why you won the championship. You just outlasted everybody because you know where you know your speed, and you just I don't know. You're always there.
You should never give up. Yeah, you keep the car out there as long as you can. So great job, great bounce back, solid top 3 run there, man.
And
Mark was making it exciting.
Coming, and I said, I know he's coming because he has 4 fresh tires, and we were staying out on the old ones there. And I thought, here he comes, and he faked me out. I was like, okay, he got me.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, so I'm going to high side.
Mark DeCenza, man. I mean, that's why he drives the 3 car. That was if you're gonna represent that number tonight. He was like
Hey,
the
you just gotta rattle
intimidator.
people's cages.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Jim Christopherson there, I got him for 2nd place there. It's like, I don't know how that car stuck, man, but I had that wheel cranked all the way.
Well, he got caught up in that wreck.
Yeah,
And,
behind us, thanks.
Oops, I hit the wrong thing there. So yeah, Mark, man, I thought you were initially involved in that, but it looks like there was actually contact in front of you. Just kind of close your eyes and mat the throttle and charge through there.
Yeah, first,
Yeah.
just quick, I'd like to say a shout out to, I don't know if they're watching, but I got some people watching. Dave Silva, his son, Detective John Silva, JPD, and Quinn Vinny, a few of them. But yeah, I wanted that one. I really did. Really love that place. You just need some good luck. That last pit there, I at that point was just hoping to get a top 5 or top 10 if I could, because come out in 10th after pitting and just I mean, Rick even knows how strong clean air is. I gave a shot at the end, drove my heart off to try to pass him, and they just couldn't do it. Rick,
Yeah, I
good
was
win.
hoping you 2 would get together.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, it was pretty eventful. But I feel
Well,
I
it's
had
Indy,
one of the
man.
best
You gotta
cars
go.
along with the 15. He was strong, and boy, I just wanted that one. But you know what? I'll take 2nd. Rick ran a great race. I would have liked maybe one more lap.
Yeah, one more lap. Ooh, that would
Congratulations, man. Good job.
Don't mean I would have got it, but I still would have liked to try.
Yeah, seriously, because
But other than that,
part of
it
what put you
a
there
great
was the
race.
wreck too.
And
So
apologize to Matt at the end. I don't really know what happened there yet. I got to see the replay. My spotter kept saying outside, outside, outside. I know we were 3 wide and got it under him in the corner. I don't know if I come up into him or what happened there near the end. So I'll have to look at the replay. I certainly didn't want that to happen. But
let's just
other
say
than
it was a
that,
lot of cars trying to occupy a little space.
yeah, no doubt. But
Well, great run there, Mark.
Thank you,
Great way to stick
appreciate
with it. You were definitely fast out there, but man, the man with this plan and the strategy, Rick Johnson,
The
man,
quiet
fantastic
man.
run.
Thanks,
So-
guys.
Jim Ray and the
Yeah, Jim Ray, he
52
called it.
with an exclamation point.
Yeah, just super pumped to be able to talk to Milt this time. Didn't get to talk a couple weeks ago.
Well, the whole race, I was talking to your teammate Chris, and going, it's probably pretty, even though it's intense time, it's probably pretty quiet in that team channel, because I've been your teammate, and I know you're all business when it comes down to it, and you've had a lot of bad luck recently this year, and we got to see the real Rick Johnson tonight. That was just a great run, typical, just great strategy, execution, and then at the end you got in the front, and all of a sudden, you know what, this guy's pretty fast.
Yeah, you nailed it right on the head. Me and the 22 were pretty much cutting through the field there, and I played it with him and Matt, and I figured I was just settling in for 3rd place because I didn't see myself passing them 2. And then when that caution came out, I was like, well, the only way I can pass them if I stay out. So that's what I did.
Yeah, great strategy. I mean, working with you through the years there, and your notebook in your head.
Yeah, it's
It's
all in my
just
head.
it's amazing.
Me, me and
Yeah.
Chris learned early in the race. We pitted, and everybody else stayed out, and I could just tell then that once you get in the back there, it's just so hard to pass.
Oh
So,
yeah, tell me.
I was like, well, if I stay out in front, like Mark said, get clean air, maybe I can just stay here. Then I see Mark coming, and I was like, well, I had to check and see. I thought I had a flat tire or something. He's coming on me so fast.
Well, he had a
Yeah.
good run there, and then when
Yeah,
Steve
that
dropped
was
down,
crazy.
he was able to draft you, and you lost Steve's draft, so that's what closed that gap. But yeah, great run there, great strategy call. Congrats again, and you have moved into 2 points, within 2 points of the points lead there. You see it updated there on the screen. Again, Slim Jim Gately, your point leader, despite getting caught up in that late wreck. Ken Hansen, solid season. He hasn't been racking up the wins, but man, he's been racking up those top fives and such. And he's sitting there pretty in
He's been getting my black
P2.
flags, I think.
And Rick Johnson again
Yeah.
third. Ryan Johnson, I know he's going to miss some races, but he's looking good there. Rounding out your top four with Steve Weber actually tied for fourth there with our admin Ryan Johnson. So yeah, we're at the exact halfway point. This is race 6 of 12, and we got a tight points battle already shaping up here. Hopefully we can keep it up. Hopefully all you guys gonna be here to the finish and make it another great FSB Winston Cup season here. We've had some great points battles on Friday nights. But for now, we're going to put a bow on this one, wrap it up for tonight. Thanks for joining us again. Our podium finishers, the Big Cactus Steve Weber, Mark DeRocket DeSenza, and Rick Dent Johnson. Everybody's
job,
got
Rick.
nicknames.
Yeah, Rick. Steve, good
Great
run.
win, bro.
You too, Mark.
It's an all nickname podium. Great job, guys. Thanks, Milt Minter Jr. as always, joining me as you do in sound
Next
and vision. What's next week?
Homestead Flat.
Homestead Flat. Yes, the original 2003
Hey,
Homestead.
And guys, tomorrow, if you got Twitch, Mel Mender Jr. We're running the 24 hours of Le Mans, and I'd appreciate if you got time, take a look at it. And 5 cars, 20 drivers for Team Donkey Bob. So we
Yeah,
can use
absolutely.
all the support we can get.
Yeah, check in on Milty and Team Donkey Bop there
Mel
as they
Mender
take
Jr.,
on
straight up on Twitch, and you'll be in there. So
the Cirque de the South.
Yep.
All right, Monster
Thank
Animal
you guys for
Sun.
what you do here at FSB Broadcasting. It's awesome to watch. And
Yes, it is.
And I know,
Hey,
Shawn, we race at so many tracks that you love, and
Yeah.
you sit up here in the broadcast booth, so that takes a
Well,
lot.
I get to run them on Tuesday night with Weber, so it's
Yeah,
good.
I know, but
Yeah.
still,
No, you
I
do
know.
such a great job, dude. You have
Yeah,
no
it's
Oh,
idea.
thank you.
awesome. Good job,
That's
both
why
of
we
you.
have so many viewers.
Well,
'Cause it's
thanks.
entertaining.
Thanks, guys, for making the show. Thanks, everybody, for joining in here in the YouTube chat, interacting, helping get us noticed, get the word out there about the league.
FSB
That the
racing,
Sims,
dude.
yep, the Sims still going. 2003 still going strong. Thanks as always, our Sirius owner Ryan Johnson for getting the points updated quickly. Our league promoter and owner Sam Young. I appreciate all you do to
Sammy.
keep this thing going. And until next week at Homestead. I'm Sean Reap saying goodnight for FSB Racing Live.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.